Next, in 1763, Joseph Colruyter, he studied the hybridization in plant. So he studied the hybridization in plant. In 1809, Lamarck proposed the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. For example, this is very important, students. Lamarck, what he did, he proposed the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. For example, the long neck of giraffe. These are acquired characters. Initially, it was not present, but since it used to eat the leaves from trees, long trees, so eventually through they inherited this characteristics. Their neck become long in case of giraffe. So his theory was this, Lamarck's theory. In 1831, Robert Brown, he discovered the cell in Tradescentia cells. Another scientist, we all know this, you have studied in class 10th also, I think. Robert Brown, he discovered the nucleus in a plant called as Tradescentia cells. This is a plant, students, flower plant only. So nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown in 1831. In 1859, Charles Darwin, he published his famous theory of evolution by natural selection. So this Charles Darwin, this is very famous theory, students. He proposed the theory of evolution by natural selection. Next, students, in this first part, that is historical perspective, there are many scientists who worked on this field. So since it has been mentioned in your textbook, you need to study, you need to memorize the scientist and their specific field, the area where they have worked. The middle of the 18th century, in many biologists in Europe, they believed that small organisms could arise all of a sudden from decaying matter, and this theory was called as theory of spontaneous generation. So this theory is the theory of spontaneous generation. It says that living organism could develop from non-living things. Non-living things, yes. But this theory was finally put to rest by Pasteur in the year 1822 to 1895, and another scientist known as Tyndall, who showed that observed growth was due to contamination of living organism. So they showed that living organism cannot develop from non-living things. This is not possible. This scientists, they showed that. In this field, many other scientists also put their theories, but finally Pasteur and Tyndall, they showed that this would not happen. It is just because the matter, the decaying matter, they have taken here the meat. So the meat, they cannot generate any life out of a sudden, right? So this was only because that meat was contaminated by some flies, by some living flies. So what they did, those flies, they lay their egg, they contaminated the meat and they laid their egg, and as a result from that, those growth of new flies, it came out from that. It is widely accepted that the modern science of genetics started from the discovery of the laws of inheritance by a famous scientist, students, John Mendel. So this Mendel, he is known as the father of genetics. In 1866, Mendel published his landmark paper on experiment in plant hybridization, which later became the foundation of laws of heredity, Mendel laws. So we will go through this Mendel experiment and Mendel law. Unfortunately, his work was ignored for a long time. But since Mendel, he gave like mathematical calculations for his experiment, and that time genetics was not so famous, that is why his work was not accepted. But later, three scientists, namely De Vries, Schermak and Correns, independently rediscovered the Mendel's law of heredity. So they again rediscovered this Mendel law of heredity. Next, in 1902, Sutton and Bivory drew attention to the parallelism between Mendelian factors and that of chromosomes during meiosis and established the chromosomal basis of inheritance. So the theory of chromosomal basis of inheritance was given by Sutton and Bivory. So this shows the similarity between a chromosome and the factors, which Mendel used the term factors, and Sutton and Bivory, they used the term chromosomes. For example, they said, Sutton and Bivory, they said that chromosomes, it occurs in pair, and Mendel said that factors occur in pair. Next, in 1906, Bateson coined the term genetics to cover all matters concerning heredity and variations. He, along with another scientist, that is Punnett, also showed that sometimes traits tend to inherit together and do not segregate in classical Mendelian manner, thus giving rise the concept of linkage. Students, in this paragraph, what they said, that Bateson and another scientist Punnett, they showed that some characters, some traits, it tends to remain together. Even after crossing over, they won't separate. They will tend to stay together only. And those this type of Mendelian this type of concept is called as linkage. It deviates from Mendelian manner. In Mendelian, we will study you will come to know when we will study the different laws given by Mendelian. Mendelian said that these traits, they used to separate, they used to segregate during gamete formation, but it deviates because some traits or some characters, they do not segregate, they are linked together, and so the concept of linkage was given. Now another scientist, W. Johansen, he introduced the word gene in 1910. So gene was introduced by W. Johansen. So students, you need to remember all the scientists and their work, where they have, what theories they have put forward, what ideas they have given, what discoveries and inventions they have made. So whatever we have studied in today's class, the scientist name, you need to remember all that.